Hi everyone, today's Thursday, April the 25th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We are seeing the charts really sell off this morning. GDP numbers just came in, but we are looking at some really interesting support zones. I'm going to have a very quick setup today, and the reason for that is because I am going to be on Fast Markets on Top Step TV. You can see that on YouTube. But we have the SPY down, kissing 500. We have the Qs down at 419. And what we can see is that that 419 number is really right about here. So a lot of potential for us to start seeing some price action. So let's expand this for a quick minute. Let's take an hourly expansion here, and let's go to the daily. I have the levels set up for us. That's what's giving us these kinds of numbers right now. And so this number here, this wick low, I'm going to clone that line, and I'm going to bring it down here. So that wick low is really something that we want to watch in terms of a test area where we could see a bounce. We've got a little bit of negative pressure, and so we do need to keep that in mind as we're staring down our charts, okay? Lines in the sand below this 5036, we're looking at, actually it's 5024 and then 5014. I just don't want to put too many lines up there. And this feels like a sort of a sticker shock move. I'm not really sure. It feels algorithmic, which means the price action is likely to bounce. Take a look at where we are on the volatility bands, way out there. So now we have to collapse down into, say, a 5 minute, right? And we want to watch for the volatility bands. Why can't we see those on the 5? Let me see if I expand it. That's very strange. Where did those go? Let's try the 15. Okay, can't see it on the 5. That's very weird. Now, what you want to do is watch it stop ticking lower, okay? See this right here? It looks very weak, so the first pass bounces are going to bring sellers into the market, and so that sell zone, you're going to look here at the edge of this candlestick. If it breaches here and it breaches the wick, we have this huge move back up to the VWAP. Not really sure that's going to happen. Still looking towards the fade action event. Okay, I don't think there's any other news there, but that's what we're looking at. For the Qs, I'm staring down this number, 17,339. Small bounces are likely to give way to selling opportunities in this early part of the morning, right? So this is clearly selling pressure, but you want to watch your charts and your candles failing to make new lows. We're still continuing lower. The SPY is at 499.50. I don't have any idea why it's not showing up here, but this is the line that SPY is approaching. The Qs are approaching that 419 area. That's this. It's the gap zone. Below it is 417. This savage wick could easily be bought, but if we do not breach above, listen, if we do not breach above the 15-minute high of the opening range, this price action is going to continue to the downside. At the first pass, we're sitting right there at the YM line of 38,238. Let's have a look at this from a daily perspective and see if there's a link up to our levels. Oh, yes. So this 210, that might be the one where the traders start to hold. When you've got a big savage dip and a lot of people are moving around like this, the first pass bounces are always going to be sell zones. The V-shaped reversal is going to come from algorithmic trading, and so you're going to have that mix between, all right, how do I look at these higher lows plus what my volatility bands are saying? And you can see this. It is moving lower, but away from the band. This is the band you want to watch. See that lower low away from the band? So this one is trying to bottom out. Not sure when it's going to happen, but it could be here. If you take a flash long and you go, ooh, I want to take this, remember, sellers sitting here. So you'll have to look at, excuse me, a very tight time frame to go, all right, where was the last place that they tried to bounce, right? But that lower low away from the band, the volatility band, tells you that price action is slowing and they're going to try and bounce. Beautiful price action there in the YM. Sorry to be so rushed, folks. Very crazy morning this morning. And here we go. Let's move it down. The levels, very clear, right? Right now in the Qs and the ES, they've just started fighting. We know the YM sort of moves to the beat of its own drums, but you can see the levels in play. I've got them very clearly. They've been working for several days. Remember, go to yesterday's video to see how price action looks and what you need to do when you're making a trade at the level. All right? Stay frosty, and I'll see you on the platforms.